Christian should be the most well-read, most well-informed person in the room. And this is episode 20. If you haven't seen me before, then head back to episode 18 to get all 3 episodes of the Jeff and Holly Show. No, I know that you have been talking about how we got here, and I might be jumping the gun a little bit on this, but we're shooting from the hip. So one thing that I want to ask about is, how did we get here? The polarization of our society. I feel like you can say, you could make it a really big between like, oh, it's right and left. But I feel like there's so many more, you could divide them into like micro categories.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can't have a neutral opinion at this point. You're either so against something that you're ready to burn down buildings, or you're so for it you can't hear anything else. So how did we get here on the polarization? Because it feels like the powers that be don't want unity.
Yeah. Well, again, what I like to do, I see things politically.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously that polarization is important. I see it from a Marxist point of view. Black Lives Matter, they came out and said we're trained Marxists, the leaders of it.
Yeah.
And so what does Marxism have to do with Black Lives Matter? Well, and I don't want to make this a Marxist, you know what I mean, infiltration type thing. Because what I always like to do, no. What is the big picture? Again, back to my meta-narrative idea, but not that big picture. What's the big picture? What's happening in the spiritual realm?
Yeah.
Okay. So that polarization, and like you said, in my lifetime, I really can't remember it being this polarized. It has been, especially the abortion issue and various things. But boy, it seems purposefully, okay, being polarized. And then, so I understand it politically, but what is Satan doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we're nearing the end times, exactly what's going on. So this idea of a polarization, it seems like the split is Christians.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll say conservatives on this side, liberals, whatever, Democrats on this side. But you know what? On that conservative side is the huge majority of Christians.
Yeah.
The evangelical, we need to reach these people type Christians.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what, okay. Now, Satan wants these, first of all, divided on purpose.
Yeah.
But they want that side to hate this side.
Yeah.
And that's what's unprecedented, the hatred. Again, that I preached a whole message one Sunday night on the hatred after Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Why the hatred? And the thing with hatred is it causes you to do things and say things and behave like you never would before. I use the illustration of John the Baptist, right? And Herod.
Yeah.
And get this. No, I can't get the name. Herod's daughter that danced, right?
I can't think, but I know.
Herodias, maybe?
Maybe.
Anyway, you can check that out and make sure I'm right. But if you remember, she danced, and King Herod said, I will give you up to half of my kingdom. Holy cow, right?
Yeah.
Now, the hatred of the wife, the daughter danced, okay? The wife, I want John the Baptist's head. Now, half the kingdom, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I'll take half the kingdom all day
No
long.
problem.
Her hatred for John the Baptist made her, I want his head. See what I mean?
Wow.
Like so that's what hatred, that's one of the illustrations. That's what hatred will do. So Satan has divided it, Christians on one side, and really I'm pretty frustrated, and that's my flesh.
Yep. Oh yeah.
With that other side. They're marching and they're protesting, and just yesterday was the No Kings rally, right? So it's like, I hate, holy cow, hold on here. That's exactly what Satan wants.
Yeah.
first of all, for them to hate us.
Mm-hmm.
So they would never listen to, oh, you're a, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the Christian side over here. They don't care what we have to say about anything. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Satan,
Yeah.
he is slick. First of all, they won't listen. And I bet there's a whole lot of Christians, I don't want to tell you anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we hate you. Oh, no. See,
Yeah.
Satan, look what he's done.
Yeah.
Look what he's done. No, I get that it's political.
Yes.
Satan's behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The end times, the Antichrist, he's a political leader.
Hmm.
See, Satan uses politics to
Mm-hmm.
get his will done, if
Yeah.
you will. You know what I mean?
Well, it's interesting too because a lot of people are like, well, politics and like spirituality, church need to be separate, but it's like politics has stepped in to God's sphere. Well, it all is, but you know what I mean? Like when you step into that, when you step into marriage, when you step into life and like abortion, like you stepped over into our territory.
Well,
You know what I mean?
that's a brilliant statement.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was C.S. Lewis. Everything is spiritual.
Yeah. Well, yes.
So isn't it?
Yeah.
So, they say, well, you keep politics out of it. No, that's spiritual.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's morals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't legislate morality. That's all morality. Somebody's worldview will say this is right and this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's how we get our laws, and that's the whole system of jurisprudence, right?
Well, even 10 Commandments, law, first five books of the Bible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like that's how God came to us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Mount Sinai.
Oh, okay, go. And
No,
you
no, I
had
was
one
just
more
gonna say
question.
that.
No.
Oh, I was just going to ask,
how do we reach those people?
how do we reach those people? Like in our communities, and because it is true, and sometimes it's not even, I don't want to share, I want to withhold this, but it's like, are they going to tell HR? How do I broach this? Like, I don't want to completely, ruin a relationship where these people can't come to talk to me.
Right.
But we're almost at a place of, at least I am, of fear. Like, I don't want any, I don't want negative consequences, which might be like a heart problem. But it's, it can be serious.
Well, and Jesus, book of Revelation talks about this, and this always stuck out to me. He that hath the ear, let him hear. There are people, and you'll see this, and Jesus knew right away as he's talking to people. That's why he spoke in parables. Mm-hmm. Okay? He just laid out there for everybody. No, some will use that to twist it. And he even said, he that hath a ear, let him hear. There are people that want to hear.
Yeah.
And again, this is where I think, I'm not sure. Yeah, we talked, one of our episodes, I believe. Don't wear your Trump shirt to work and rub it in people's faces. If your goal is to make everybody mad at you, that's what you do. Yeah. But if you have a heart to win them, it's with love. Love breaks through everything. Yeah. It really does. Your kindness, boy, will that break down the hardest heart. When we're not going to take that polarizing political view. Especially, Trump is polarizing. He is. Yeah. But I think because the media has said he's a polarizing figure, so it's made him a polarizing thing. Yeah. So we got to be very careful how we tread there if our goal is to win them to Christ. The love and the care for them. When their mom dies, we're going to be the kindest. They're a blue-haired, anti whatever, even an atheist. The Christian will be the kindest to them. You know what? I'm praying that that funeral goes well. I'm so sorry for your mom. That love, I believe, and truth, because we're supposed to speak the truth in love. That love can melt that hardest heart. But you'll know, and you'll be able to discern the people that have an ear that want to hear.
Well, and honestly, one thing that I do, not as probably as often as I should, but just like praying for opportunities.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's our job to plant the seed. not to till the ground. Like we can't do that work. That's like the Holy
Agreed.
Spirit.
Absolutely. Agreed.
So all we can do is plant those seeds, but just praying for opportunities because God will give them to you.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, it was great having Holly joining me,
Yes.
and good banter. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. But like she said, the Schuldt family has some really good discussions and conversations.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next time. I'll
Yeah.
be alone this time, but maybe in the future we'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
Holly
Oh,
again.
yeah.
So God bless, and we'll see you next time.